75% are hills, 25% is the only area available with them. They had over 300,000 electric vehicle charging stations. 3 lakh से ऊपर है उनके पास. गुजरात में it's less than 1,000. India, whole country has around 12,000, maybe 13,000, because these numbers keep changing on a daily basis. So how is it that this can be seamlessly integrated? What will be your view? What is your suggestion?
See, first of all, I believe that if you're using EV, if EV charging is coming through a thermal power, that is not helping. Correct. So, as a moral, if you're saying you're saving carbon dioxide emission in one side and other side you are using same amount of carbon dioxide emission. So integration, what I've seen in Western countries, they are not giving EV charging approvals or setting up the EV charging station without a rooftop solar. That comes out to be an expensive thing, considering the cost at right now which is going on the even the cars as well as the charging cost on the public infrastructure. A distributed kind of a open access system, having a consolidated, let's say, a megawatt of charging stations and installing solar or hybrid somewhere on the ground where the land is on lease and or less cheaper land compared to where you are installing majorly in cities. So this will really help in terms of supplying power to various renewable, EV charging stations. So various policies that can be devised on this. The welcoming move was 100 kilowatt open access that was allowed. Okay, but for EV charging, we need a smaller capacities or a combination of various EV charging stations where it combines to a megawatt that even gives the economy of scale in solar also. So this is from my side for integration of EV.
You want to say something?
Recently, I came with one experience. Exponent Energy, I think many of you have heard about that. And they have installed many charging stations in Ahmedabad and around Ahmedabad. They came to us and they want to install rooftop solar, or they want a solar solutions for that. But as Mr. Manan said, the policy won't allow, because they are having a 30, 40 or maximum 50 kilowatt charging station at clustered place, and policy won't allow. They allow only 10 kilowatt, 100 kilowatt and above system to their premises. So that is a policy that need to be understood and that need to be addressed separately for EV charging station. Otherwise, their main cost is energy. Out of their charging 20 rupees to charge the electrical vehicle, the main cost is energy, and that is 10 rupees. Unless they reduce it to 4 to 5 rupees, they won't survive. That experience I had recently, and then I'm sharing my views.
Thank you. Thank you, Vijay. Let me go to Jen sir. Let me talk in terms of some specific project, let's say 200 megawatt Khavda solar, right? This represents a significant step in renewable energy. We all know that. How can companies like yours, Greenfield, contribute to scaling such projects while addressing grid integration? This is the challenge. We will have a lot of distributed power coming in terms of such kind of solar parks. How do you envisage that grid integration will happen? What are your views? What challenges one can face?
As rightly said, I see a lot of challenges coming up in that because of distributed RE generations coming at many places. So starting from the project, the first major challenge, which is land. So which is a very major challenge, because to get a connectivity on the land and having a cost of leasing and buying a land on the cost of that you will get connectivity or not, that is the first biggest challenge for any distributed project. And second challenge is like coming up with many distributed projects. Grid instability can be a challenge, and that is the reason battery storage will take a place after some point of time, because having a lot of distributed projects and energizing the power from different areas which are not that capable to take that power. So that grid strengthening is also required at many places. So that is a challenge which will also come in 2 to 3 years, which I foresee. I think we all panelists feel the same thing, that that grid strengthening the things and having a proper communication between the generated power and the power usage. So that is we feel that work need to be done parallelly. So it's not like you are just putting up the solar parks and automatically the system will strengthen. So both things should go hand by hand. So that is the reason a lot of connectivity charges have been put up, right? So on a rooftop solar, if you see, earlier charges were almost in the range of 50,000 rupees for a megawatt. Now it is goes to 15 to 16 lakh rupees. So that is just a blink of an eye. So it is all because of strengthening the grids, right? So I feel two systems will work parallelly. One is all solar people, those who are putting up the projects, and second is all improvisation of the substations and the transmission lines for having a stability. But adding to this point is one more important point, is that power requirement is also increasing very fast. So if you see that generation is increasing, then if you compare, that power requirement is also increasing due to electrical vehicles, due to new things coming up and the population. So that is also a balance which will come up. But yeah, strengthening is a very important thing which need to be done and is to be taken care.
I think you're absolutely right when you say that both the things have to go together. I would go one point extra, and we will say that the evacuation side infrastructure should precede setting up of solar power plants. Once a plant has come up, it shouldn't be waiting for infrastructure to come for evacuation. That should happen. In fact, not only simultaneously, maybe the evacuation should happen a little earlier than setting up the solar plant. And true, energy consumption in the country has been growing at a CAGR of about 4% plus. So if that happens, then we have to not only plan for the infrastructure of today, but we have to also consider the growth that is taking place. Absolutely correct.
Both will go parallel, hand in hand.
We have very little time, so we'll ask you short questions, and after that we'll throw it open to the audience here if they have any specific questions that they would like to ask the audience, the panelists. Namanji, very small, simple, छोटा सा जवाब would expect from you. Rooftop solar adoption में जो surge अभी है, someday the government subsidy will disappear. How do you think at that time people will manage? What will be the challenges then?
I think people are now quite aware that the subsidies, actually the residential customers are very adaptive, that okay, yeah, I'll get an X amount of subsidy if I install this. At first I think we'll have a challenge to overcome their mindset that okay, now there'll be no subsidy. But probably there's a lot of awareness and prices have come down a lot. So people may adapt it quickly, and I think we'll be able to overcome that challenge. That residential people, that okay, first there was GEDA subsidy, then there was Surya Gujarat for 4 years, and after that, right now the national portal, the PM Surya Gujarat is the PM Surya Yojana is going on the national portal. So the subsidies have been diminishing since 2018. First there was a 30% flat subsidy, then they curbed it to around that people installing up to 10 kilowatt will only get subsidies. And now there's subsidy only up to 3 kilowatts. So there is a diminishing happening in the residential sector in terms of subsidy allotted to them. So धीरे धीरे अगर निकल जाएगा, then also people will adapt to, because I think it's a need of the hour, and the paybacks are also getting better. The rates have also dropped down from 55,000 to 33,000, 34,000 these days.
So what basically you are saying is that the incentives have been reducing over a period of time. They are not the same that they were when the whole industry started, and people have been gradually adjusting. And yes, as the industry grows, the scale, the capacities go up, we get the advantage, and obviously incentives may not be required at that time. We will just close this last, and then we will have 3-4 questions from the audience.